News when you want it with Bloomberg News Now. I'm Nathan Hager.
And I'm Karen Moscow.
Karen, we begin with the latest on the government shutdown now having an impact in the air. This week, the Transportation Department said it would cut 10% of flight capacity across 40 major airports to ease the strain on the travel system. As of this morning, about 700 flights are canceled at the four biggest airlines, United, American, Delta, and Southwest. Republican Senator Mike Rounds says it doesn't have to be this way.
This is serious. It's one more step in the wrong direction for us. The American people expect us to have the aircraft run on time. They expect the trains to run on time. They expect us to actually have government operating.
Republican Senator Mike Rounds was on Bloomberg's Balance of Power. You can get the full conversation on the Bloomberg podcast channel on YouTube. The top Democrat on the House Transportation Committee, Rick Larson, is calling on the FAA to share its risk assessment to ensure the flight cuts aren't politically motivated.
Well, Nathan, another major story we're following this morning involves Elon Musk. Tesla shareholders have approved his $1 trillion compensation package. And we get more from Bloomberg transportation reporter Danny Lee.
This ultimately means that shareholders have given Elon Musk and Tesla their full backing for Musk to do whatever he needs to do to drive the company forward. And of course, we are seeing this transition of Tesla from just an EV maker to one that Musk wants to take it into robotics, to artificial intelligence and a driverless future. So there's a lot at stake here. And of course, for Musk, he doesn't automatically get this $1 trillion. He has a series of very lofty goals and hurdles he needs to pass financially in terms of the valuation of Tesla and also operationally in delivering, for example, 20 million vehicles and selling 1 million robots and driverless cars in order to hit some of these extremely stretched goals.
And Bloomberg transportation reporter Danny Lee says this is the largest payout ever awarded to a corporate leader. And looking at shares of Tesla, they're up 0.7% in early trading.
And shares of Nvidia, Karen, are moving lower now. They're down 0.7%. CEO Jensen Huang says the company has no plans to ship its Blackwell AI chips to China. Huang is currently in Taiwan. He says it's up to China when they'd like Nvidia products to go back into their market. Meanwhile, the Information is reporting that the White House has told others in the federal government it will not allow Nvidia to sell its latest scaled-down AI chips to China.
Makers of blockbuster weight loss drugs have secured a big deal at the White House. Eli Lilly and Novo Nordisk have agreed to slash the prices on their popular Zepbound and Wegovy shots in exchange for tariff relief and wider access to Medicare. As heard here live on Bloomberg Radio, President Trump made the announcement in the Oval Office.
For years, politicians have talked about making health care affordable. But my administration is actually doing it. Americans deserve the best health care in the world, and we're now getting the best health care at the lowest price.
Under the deal with President Trump, the price of Wegovy and Zepbound under Medicare will be $245 a month. The drugs currently list for more than $1,000. In return, Lilly and Novo will get a 3-year grace period from upcoming tariffs on pharmaceutical companies that don't manufacture in the U.S. And we spoke with Novo Nordisk CEO Mike Dustar.
We are more American than many companies that were born in USA. And the reason I say that is that long before many American companies started to think of developing and producing their raw ingredient in US, we were there doing that.
And Novo Nordisk CEO Mike Dustar, the Danish drug manufacturer, pledged billions in U.S. investment, including a $4.1 billion factory expansion begun last year in North Carolina.
Let's turn to the markets now, Karen. Futures are starting to move lower after another sell-off on Wall Street. The S&P 500 has dropped more than 1% twice this week as some of big tech's AI spending spooks some investors. David Bianco is Chief Investment Officer at DWS Group.
The valuations are very demanding, yet we understand why, and we're taking a constructive view on tech and communications and all that, but our preferences are financials, healthcare, and electric utilities because power is still a really important part of the AI story.
It's DWS Group's David Bianco. The S&P 500 is up 14% so far this year, while the NASDAQ is higher by 19%.
And that's news when you want it with Bloomberg News Now. I'm Karen Moscow.
I'm Nathan Hager, and this is Bloomberg.